Jason, please state exactly what happened 2 nights ago when you were driving through Lawrence County, South Carolina.
I was on my way home from work at about 9:45, had an appointment in Greenwood, and as I was traveling a divided 4-lane highway, came around a corner and pulled up on a random checkpoint about 100 yards away from where the checkpoint was. They had signs up, reflective signs that said driver's license check on the signs. I kind of knew right away what I was planning on doing. I didn't want to show my ID for no reason whatsoever. I hadn't done anything wrong. So I began fumbling with my cell phone to try to get my camera going on my phone so I could record the situation. But as I was reaching for my phone, about 3 officers began shining their lights into my car, so I figured I better put my phone down just in case they tried to accuse me of texting while driving or something silly like that, so I just laid my phone down. The officer asked if he could see my driver's license. He said, "This is a driver's license check." And I said, "Before I show you my license, you'll have to tell me what crime I'm suspected of or what traffic violation I've committed." He then stated that you haven't committed a traffic violation or a crime, we just need to see your license. We're checking everybody's license that comes through. And I said, "No, I'm not going to show you my license until you tell me what I've done, either what traffic violation I've committed or what crime I've committed." The officer didn't quite know what to do with that, so we yelled for his next in command to come over. So within about 30 seconds, another police officer came over, and we went through the same thing for a few minutes. At this point in time, he waved for the other officers to come over, and about 7 or 8 police officers surrounded my vehicle with flashlights, came up to the vehicle with their hands on their weapons, leaning over the vehicle, told me to keep my hands on the steering wheel. And then I began to just repeat myself over and over. They kept demanding for me to show my license. I refused to do it. They said, "If you just show us your license, you'll be on your way and you'll be out of here." And I said, "Well, unfortunately, I'm not going to do that. I didn't do anything wrong. Once you tell me what I've done wrong, I'll be happy to show you that driver's license." They said they weren't going to tell me anything. They just kept demanding my driver's license. And finally I said, "Am I being detained?" And they said, "No, you're not being detained." I said, "Am I under arrest?" They said, "No, you're not under arrest." So I asked them if I was free to go, and they said, "No, you're not free to go." So I said, "If I'm not being detained and I'm not under arrest, why am I not free to go?" And they said, "Because you still haven't showed us your driver's license." So at this point in time I was getting pretty frustrated, and I told them that my grandfather fought in World War II for this very same thing. There were people in Germany who were requesting people's ID for any and no reason at all, and we know what happened to them. I told them that this was very reminiscent of the former Soviet Union, and that they should all be ashamed of themselves. One of the officers said that he served in the military and that his family served in the military too, and that he actually had family that had died in the military. And he asked me if I had anybody in my family that had died in the military, as if that was some sort of a marker on how much of an American I was. And I told him that I did. My uncle died in Vietnam. But we went back and forth, and the whole thing kind of escalated into a who knew more about history conversation rather than an actual traffic stop. Eventually the officer went back to his car, the corporal, and came back and asked me one last time. He said, "Are you going to provide your driver's license?" And I told him no. I just shook my head. And he handed me a ticket and said, "You can pay $155 online and pay for this ticket. I wrote you a ticket for not having your driver's license in your possession," even though I had already told him that I did. And then he said that I could go to the magistrate's office, show him my driver's license, and they would waive the fee, or I can go to court. So basically gave me 3 choices, and apparently I still don't have to show my ID as long as I'm willing to pay $155 for the privilege. So apparently in Lawrence County, the price of liberty is $155.
And what's your plan?
I don't intend to show my ID. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't intend to pay the fine either, so I might end up being the first American to actually do some jail time over not showing an ID. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.